going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So about a week or two ago, I ordered some custom vinyl work from a local vinyl shop here in town, and actually got an email today, earlier this morning, saying that the vinyl and everything was ready to go. It had just got cut out and it was ready for me to come pick up. And basically the decal is just a windshield banner with my channel name and everything on it. And speaking of that, I really want to go and talk to you guys in this video today about where I came up with that name, what it means, why it's my channel name, everything like that. So we're going to address all that in just a second. But as for now, I'm pulling up at the vinyl shop, so we're going to go inside here real fast and go pick up this decal. If you notice this big tint strip right here, what I want to do is take this decal and stick it on the outside, and I got it cut so that it's going to come down to the same length that this does, but it's going to be on the outside. So it's going to be matte black, and then where the letters are, it's actually cut out and it's going to be gloss black because of the glass right behind the letters. So it should look really cool. It wasn't very expensive, so it's going to be a kind of test run to see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and talk about where my name came from. So the YouTube channel name actually derived from my Instagram name, which came first. I had my Instagram page now for about a year to a year and a half or so, something like that. And so I just wanted to make my YouTube name the same thing because Instagram was already very successful. So my first ever sports car, if you want to call it that, was an Infiniti G37X. It was an all-wheel drive 3.7 liter 300 horsepower car. Anyways though, that was the first car that I started really getting into the car scene with, and at the time I thought that that car was like the fastest thing ever. Like seriously thought that that car was so fast. It was even an automatic, which is awful. I don't know what I was doing. We all have this place back home where we go race at. It's called the Seawall. A lot of you guys are going to comment right now and say that you know this place and you love it, whatever. But everybody really goes there on the weekends and goes and races and hangs out and stuff like that. It's a really cool place just for people in the car community in general, just to go hang out and look at other cars, talk to other people. It's a good time usually. So I went out there one night and I was in my car. I had just put some really nice wheels on there. It was a really wide setup. It was an all-wheel drive car again, so I had some really wide wheels and tires on the car, so it did pretty well from a launch. And so that night there was a guy out there in a Mustang 5.0, not this body style, but it was actually like a 2011 2012 I believe, and it was like bone stock. The guy that was in it is really ignorant. All he knew is that he had the fastest damn car around is what he claimed, but it was just a stock 420 horsepower car. So anyways, I was like, okay, well let's race, we do a dig or whatever. And obviously my all-wheel drive car completely leaves this Mustang, so the guy is really upset. Kept telling the guy, he kept asking what was in the car, and I kept telling him it was a V6, and he was like, there's no way, there's got to be something done to it, there's something. Honestly, he just couldn't wrap his mind around that a V6 all-wheel drive car could catch traction and actually leave from a launch a lot better than a rear-wheel drive V8 could. So anyways, we were laughing about it after the guy left, and he pulled out spinning tires and was real irritated by it and whatever, because everybody was laughing at him that he got beat by a little V6. Later that night we were all talking about it and everything, and I had been wanting to make an Instagram page for my car. A lot of people that I followed were car pages on Instagram, and I wanted one as well. I wanted to document basically my build from the first time that I got it to the final product. So I decided that I wanted to make myself an Instagram page. But obviously the hardest part of coming up with anything like that is having to come up with the name itself. So we were all laughing and we were like, I wanted to basically base it around cars. I wanted to base the name around racing. And at the time, the best thing that I could come up with was It's Just a 6, because I kept telling the guy after we got done racing and everything that the car was just a V6. It was just a V6, but we were contemplating the name It's Just a V6, but that just didn't sound right. And I believe one of my friends said, what about It's Just a 6? And for some reason that just stuck, and I honestly just came up with the name just like that. It was really spur of the moment. I honestly never would have thought that it would have turned into anything that it has. That's where the name came from. It's honestly very stupid, I know, and pretty funny to me now, looking back and thinking back on that story and laughing about it. Now there's almost 130,000 of you guys that are following along with all of this between Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, and everything, and it's just really mind-blowing. But that has been one of my biggest questions that I've been asked and never really addressed it, honestly. So, sorry for the long and strung out story, but that's where the name came from. Oh, this car almost catches traction in second now. I cannot wait to put some actual drag radials on these new wheels, these drag wheels. It is gonna be so nice to actually hold traction. So anyways, I was gonna get a windshield banner on this car, like I was saying, because I wanted to differentiate this car between others so you guys could recognize it and come say hey if you wanted to, stuff like that. So that is why I got the It's Just a 6 alias put on it. So again, feel free to come up and say hey anytime that you see me. I really love meeting you guys. It's been a blast. Every time that I go somewhere or anytime that I'm driving down the road, I'll see people out of the window saying hey and stuff like that. It's really awesome. I cannot thank you guys enough for actually supporting all of this. Again, tomorrow I'm taking the car and we're getting it dropped off at the detail shop, and they're gonna go ahead and paint correct the entire car and ceramic coat it. It should come out really incredible. Skabam. Gonna fit beautifully. So I think I should have some water, which I keep in here, and a squeegee left over from whenever I did my taillights, which I do. Awesome. I don't think that I've ever laid this big of a decal onto glass before, so this is definitely gonna be a first. All right guys, so I've got my water, I've got some razor blades, and I've got a squeegee. I have a feeling that this is gonna be a lot harder than what I think, but I'm gonna try it anyways. So my plan is to spray this water behind the decal on the glass after I clean it, and then hopefully be able to move the decal banner around until I get it lined up with the actual tint strip on the inside of the window. And then after I get it laid down and squeegee out the water, and then after that hopefully trim it to the glass. First off, I'm gonna pop the trunk, grab me a microfiber, and get the cleaning off this windshield. A big tip to cleaning windshields, by the way, is to get the finest steel wool that you can find and use a glass cleaner. Spray it on the glass and then use the steel wool on the actual glass, and it will take off all water spots and everything. Just something to keep in mind. So I got one side cleaned up. Let me spray it on the glass on this side and grab my steel wool and repeat the same process. I guess we can go ahead and pull this off. I'm just gonna douse this thing down with water. Yeah, and then we can just slap it on there, and then I'll pull the white paper off. Now let me just pull this off. Oh, yep, I forgot about that. Oh. Just pull it slowly. If any of the letters start coming, I gotta correct them. Oh, no. I'm like on the edge right now. Are you? No? Okay, we can go up. Try and pull it on the black line and let me see how far off it is.
Light it up or something. Get some water.
Well, I got this side good. That actually didn't come out that terrible so far.
Yeah.
Probably just gonna cut it a little bit from the edge until I heat gun it, because it's gonna shrink some. This is actually coming out a lot better than I was planning for it to. I'm not even gonna lie. That could be the best anything regarding decals that I've ever done. Yeah, I'm very happy with the outcome of this. It's kind of hard to see on video, but it looks so good in person. Even on the inside of the car, it is still lined up perfectly with the tent brow that I had. If you guys want to see some pictures of what it looks like, I'm about to go take some probably in a little bit and put them on Instagram, so make sure you go check that out on my Instagram page at It's Just a Six. All right guys, that's probably going to be all for today's video. Like I said, tomorrow I'm actually dropping this car off to go get completely paint corrected and then ceramic coated, so I am super pumped about that. As always, of course, I'm going to be making a video of getting the whole process done and everything through the company that I'm going to go with. And for those of you interested in getting your paint completely protected, make sure you tune in for those videos and check them out. They're an awesome company. But I really appreciate you guys watching. As always guys, until next video.